welcome back to Jedi Jive, everyone. My name is Mike. Joining me again is my sister Jenny.
Hi, guys.
We're going to do some more Wandavision today. This episode is poised to do a lot of crazy things. Since every single week we've kind of ramped up and gotten a little bit crazier. Quicksilver, we don't know whether he's actually Quicksilver or not. He could be an imposter.
Yep.
That situation's kind of
Or
up for
being
grabs.
controlled by somebody else outside.
Wanda is expanding her bubble now. We realize that it looked like she was limited before, but now it looks like if she really wants to, she can kind of expand her influence. And the question is, how far can she expand her influence?
Right.
Can
It
this
looks
become...
like all of the sword guys, except for Hayward himself, got sucked into the bubble. So we're going to see a rapid population increase, presumably, in Westview. And we've got Monica and Wu on their way to meet Monica's guy.
Yes,
so
and that's the
find
other
out
one.
who that
Which is
is.
everyone is dying to know who Monica's guy is. There have been a lot of theories thrown out there. People say Reed Richards. Some people mention that it could be somebody named Adam Brashear, who's Blue Marvel. That's a potential. It could be Hank... what's his name?
McCoy,
the Beast? Hank McCoy, yeah.
I think that's a lot less likely.
Yeah, Ben Grimm. I mean, there's a limited
The point is
pool.
there are so many possibilities, and we don't really have any way to know.
It'll be fun if it's somebody that we know. It'll also be fun if it's somebody we don't know, because we love getting new characters in Marvel. And last week was kind of like the 90s, but it was actually kind of like the 90s/2000s, because...
It was like late 90s, early 2000s.
Yeah, I remember like The Incredibles and whatever the other movie that was...
Parent Trap, and there was like a
2000s.
Malcolm in the Middle reference, sort of,
Yeah.
which is about year 2000. I
And,
think that came out.
This week is called Breaking the Fourth Wall, so it looks like it's got a little bit of like a Modern Family style
Single cam, and that's also
interview.
That's also a convention of reality TV, the confessional box, which is something that's very much of this century, this millennium, this decade even. So definitely moving forward in time.
Yeah, dude. All right, so I'm looking forward to jumping in, and we're not going to waste any time. We're just going to watch it and see what happens.
I'm excited to see what becomes of Darcy this week.
Yeah.
We've all been there, right? Letting our fear and anger get the best of us, intentionally expanding the borders of the false world we created.
That is very Modern Family, which I say with love because I was on Modern Family.
Mom, our game is freaking out.
So they're still like 10 years old.
Yeah, they haven't aged up
I was
yet.
about to say, I feel like they're going to age up again sometime soon, right?
They went from Atari to
yeah,
Uno.
My head feels weird. It's like really noisy. I don't like it.
Resting her eyes. I plan on taking a quarantine-style staycation. A whole day, just to myself.
It's even got the zoom, camera zoom.
Yep.
Yeah.
That single cam comedy look.
The Office
She's
even. She's still in her
Scarlet
costume.
You always get to it first.
She's got like a hangover from all that magic she had to spend the night before, right?
Things are changing, and she doesn't mean to change. Yep.
The controllers and now the milk carton.
Uh-oh.
Somebody blew a fuse and the lights are flickering.
Yeah, I'm not sure what that's about. It's probably just a case of the Mondays.
This is The Office. The music is,
Created by Wanda Maximoff.
That's awesome.
What's happening with the broadcast?
Dead air. The signal's gone.
Make sure the team has everything they need. We launched today.
Yes, sir.
What are you launching, Hayward?
Maybe they have their own experimental vehicle. It definitely looks like a hexagonal shape now. What a nightmare to wake up in the middle of the circus.
I was going to say, though, he's a bit dazed, but obviously okay. Corporeally okay.
You're late for rehearsal with the escape artist.
So this circus on the fringes of town is...
I put in for the bearded lady, but this alabaster complexion wasn't fooling anyone. Can I help you, Creeper?
You don't remember me from last night? We locked eyes. There was an unspoken understanding.
Hard pass.
I love Darcy.
Uncle P said that thing about re-killing Dad.
Don't believe anything that man said. He is not your uncle. You were counting on me to have all the answers, right? Well, I don't. I have no answers. Zip, zero, zip. Everything is meaningless.
Their faces.
Okay, so maybe I want to do that then.
Tommy's face.
Vision is made of vibranium. They literally inherited tough skin. Hi, Agnes.
I got there in the nick of time because she was one split end away from cutting her own bangs. Why don't we give your mom some me time?
Agnes, are you sure?
Abso-positively. Let's go, guys.
We have to, Mom.
Let's go learn some dark magic.
Right.
Yeah.
But for real.
I promise I won't bite.
Maybe she
Actually,
will.
did bite a kid once.
I did bite a kid once.
Yeah.
Is there anything I can do for you?
I do have a suspicious mole on my back. Boundaries. I get it.
That's also a witch thing, though, right? Like, a suspicious mole would have been a sign someone was a witch. In,
Oh.
like,
Oh,
the
okay.
Middle Ages, or this, you know.
Oh, okay.
Or in Salem, like, where she is apparently from.
Yep.
I'm fine. I'm fine.
No, you're not.
You're having a nervous breakdown. And it's showing.
Oh, we're gonna finally meet the guy?
Look, there they are.
Who's it gonna be?
Major Goodner, Captain Rambo.
Thank you so much for coming. My mother would appreciate your loyalty.
Let me show you what we brought you. Did we get your specs right?
She's perfect.
Interesting. All right, so that wasn't her guy, was it?
I
Just some
doubt
random
it.
military
I mean,
lady?
She definitely said a guy, not like a person
Yeah.
I know, right?
Yeah.
So she called someone to make that thing
Yeah,
for
I guess
her.
he's not gonna show up.
But maybe he's not coming.
Maybe we'll get a name drop.
Well, you're in it.
Fine, I'll go out with you, but I'm ordering the lobster. Part of me secretly wanted a guest spot on the show, but seriously, that sucked.
Dr. Lewis, I have questions.
I have answers.
Are my children safe?
That I don't know.
And who is that imposter Pietro?
Beats me.
It's happening more and more. Uh-oh.
I don't understand what's happening. Why it's all falling apart and why I can't fix it.
Do you think maybe this is what you deserve?
What?
We're hearing from the camera person? Or
You're not supposed
interviewer?
to talk.
Okay.
Who is that?
Feeling depressed?
Okay, it's another commercial.
Do you just want to be left alone? Ask your doctor about Nexus.
It's perfect.
Side effects include confronting your truth, seizing your destiny, and possibly more depression. Because the world doesn't revolve around you, or does it?
That's funny. Oh, is this Agnes's house?
I like it here. It's because it's quiet. You're quiet, Agnes.
Huh.
On the inside.
So he can hear people's thoughts, but he can't hear hers.
Well, you don't have to worry about your mom. Your mom can do anything. She's super mom.
She literally is.
You try telling a 10-year-old that his mother is cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs.
It's our last shot, Jimmy.
So we got full, like, astronaut outfit.
How much faith you have in this thing?
It's our most heavily armored space rover.
That thing's pretty dope.
Yeah. Do we think the external appearance will change
I don't
when
know,
it
we'll
goes
see.
through? Wow.
Yikes.
The structural integrity's failing.
Oh, it's being rewritten. Monica, get out of there!
Yikes.
Get a med evac now!
Well, that didn't work.
Wow. So it did change
Yep.
the front end of it before spitting it out.
No.
Yeah, just try just you.
I
Yeah.
can get through.
Oh, man.
Monica!
She's already done it twice.
Yeah.
You go, girl.
Well, that's trippy.
That's like the different versions of herself.
Oh,
there she is!
That's what we're waiting for.
She's a full superhero now, right?
Okay, so that's her third time
Yes.
through the barrier. Okay.
Man, and
her eyes changed.
She even, do you notice how she came through with like the superhero landing?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Because
The
now she's a
3-point landing.
superhero.
Yeah.
Totally. Oh.
Oh, look, that's her vision.
Spectrum.
Now.
She
Nice.
sees the spectrum of colors, right?
Yeah. Wow.
Oh, that's beautiful. Oh man,
All right,
that
here we
is
go.
awesome.
Wanda killed me?
Yes, you asked her to do it.
Why would I have done that?
To save the universe?
No bigs.
Did it work?
You did.
For a
Until
minute.
the bad guy rewound time and killed you himself. But to set up the context.
I came back and died again. Wanda is creating these impediments. I'm not amused. My original code dates back to an AI called Jarvis, but my corporal form was born of Ultron's plan for global genocide.
Correcto.
What am I now?
What I don't get is why you can't leave the hex. I've been watching Wandavision for the past week. The love you two have is real. You belong together.
Wanda? How did you get in here? Get out of my house. Hayward was trying to bring him down. All you do is lie!
Superhero landing again. Here she is.
She could fight back now, though. Uh-oh.
He's gonna burn Westview to the ground just to get what he wants. Don't let him make you the villain.
Maybe I already am.
Wanda,
Young
you have
lady.
to...
Uh-oh.
I think you overstayed your welcome.
This doesn't concern you.
Run along, dear.
Wanda, you have to take it down.
No. Don't make me hurt you.
For me, it feels like it happened to someone else, you know, but for her, it's mere weeks ago. What am I doing here? Sitting, talking to you? This is absurd.
He's got a clip-on mic. Yeah.
So I'll just meet you there then.
Would you like a cup of tea, hon?
Don't drink her magic potions. Where are the kids?
Where are the twins?
Uh-huh.
They're probably just playing in the basement.
Because nothing creepy ever happens in a basement.
She might have a trap set for her.
I was about to say, oh, don't do it.
More horror
I was gonna,
movie
yeah,
vibes, yeah.
this is another horror movie convention.
I'll be right back.
Right.
Yeah.
Going into the place you know that the evil thing is lurking.
Tommy? Billy?
This is not an ordinary basement. This
Yeah.
is the labyrinth.
Mm-hmm. Yikes.
You didn't think you were the only magical girl in town, did you?
And there she is.
The name's Agatha Harkness.
Mm-hmm.
Lovely to finally meet you, dear.
All right.
As long suspected, now confirmed.
Uh-oh.
I love this so much.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. She's controlling him.
She was running Pietro. They put her there as the director. You know, when she
And
was
I
like,
killed
should I take it to the top?
too.
And I killed Sparky.
Yeah, we knew she killed Sparky. That one was obvious.
Wicked Witch. Yep.
Oh, man.
Yeah. She got her own little sitcom song
Yep.
going there. Yeah.
Oh, man. That was a confirmation of something that, you know, we've suspected for quite some time, which was that
Yep.
Agnes is Agatha Harkness.
Yep.
and that she's got some ulterior motive here. And so now we just got sort of a picture of what she's been up to, and we got a few other questions answered in the meantime, like the fact that she was controlling Quicksilver.
Yeah.
We still don't know who he is, or if he's really Quicksilver, or what's going on, but we know that she's pulling the strings, right?
I think that made it was a little bit more clear, though, because before it was like, oh, is he an imposter? But that showed that she was literally controlling him. So I think that is kind of clear that, like, that is Pietro's body, or that's him in some form, but he's not. He's under Agnes's control.
Yeah.
So.
And how he got there through the firewall, despite everything, is still a mystery, because he wasn't in the bubble to begin with, that we know of. We know that an alarm went off when he appeared at the door. Like, an alarm went off.
We had theorized that that Billy was responsible for bringing, because
she was sad.
Wanda
she
had
said, my
her
brother's
brother,
far away, and maybe he was like, don't be sad, Mom, I'll bring him here
and
for you.
And we did learn in the last episode that not only does he share his mother's powers, but he may actually be more powerful than her, because he could sense Vision outside of the bubble. So it's potential that, he just, in his mind, brought Vision.
You mean brought Quicksilver?
I'm sorry, brought Quicksilver into the Hex, and then Agnes controlled him after that.
Yeah, that's entirely possible.
But now Billy and Tommy are legitimately, where are they? Like, she was like, oh, the boys are just in the basement. Obviously, she was leading her into a trap, and now she has her trapped, but that doesn't change the fact of where are the children, what do they do with the children, what are her plans
for the children.
Do they literally want to, like, do they just want to harvest their powers? Do they want their souls? Do they want to just use them
as weapons?
In the same way that Hayward wants Vision as a weapon.
Exactly.
Does Agatha Harkness want Billy and Tommy as her own?
So presumably we'll find
magical weapons.
More about that in the next episode, like what her plans are, what she's up to. But
so wait, I don't know whether to be super let down by the fact that Monica's guy didn't show up
after there was so much build-up.
Yeah, and then it wasn't even a guy; it was just like some military lady. She was like, "Oh, General whoever," or
she was an
Major,
Air Force
Major whoever.
She was somebody with the Air Force, a major with the Air Force, and presumably whoever Monica's guy is built this.
Well, I don't know. The Air Force lady
kind
of just implied that it was just like some military gear, like, oh, this is our best armored vehicle for, like, spacewalks or whatever. So it's like,
that was a red herring. I mean, and that's partly not just us, but sort of the entire internet has been speculating about Reed Richards, about all of this stuff, and so we've really built a mountain out of a molehill.
Yeah.
Where that's concerned, but it was kind of a red herring, throws us off the scent, keeps us going.
Yeah, I don't want to get too excited ahead of time about things like that and then be let down by it, but I am a little bit like, oh, they kind of like implied that there was going to be like a reveal in that character, and then
there wasn't.
Seems like that it's not even a thing now. But we did get an Agatha Harkness reveal.
Not only that, but we got Spectrum.
Yes.
Monica Rambeau is now Spectrum, and she got her real superhero moment. And so we begin to see her powers, and we see her starting to... I don't know if she can match Wanda's powers, but she can certainly at least hold her own. She can try to fight back. What's going to be really interesting is seeing who actually can equal or match Wanda's power, because Wanda is, we know, one of the most powerful people in sort of the Marvel universe. She's one of the most powerful superheroes that they have, and there are very few people out there, one of whom is potentially Vision, or at least the living version of him, because their power comes from the same Infinity Stone, right?
100%, yeah.
Carol Danvers is extremely powerful, Captain Marvel. But
when you consider the cruel irony in the, like, Darcy's pointing out to Vision, like, your guys' love is real. She's already watched Vision die twice. The whole point of all this is because she doesn't want to let him go, and that she's keeping him alive. But what you're pointing out is he may be the only character that can physically stop Wanda.
Yeah.
And he may have to die a third time just to save all these people.
Which is heartbreaking.
Yeah, and it's like, really?
God, and they're doing that not just to her, the character, but in the meta sense to us, the audience.
100%, yeah.
Because we've watched it over and over and been invested in these characters and their love story as well.
But also at the same time, though, Vision is having sort of this, like, he's like, to Wanda, this is all stuff that happened 2 weeks ago, but to me, I'm this brand new, like, he doesn't feel like he is Vision. He feels like he's just, like, some recreated version of Vision. So that may actually play in his favor, in that, like, he's not actually the dead body come back to life. He's now his own new character, in a way.
And is it possible for him, is it possible, exactly, but is it possible for him kind of to integrate and manifest a new living version of himself the way that he kind of, I don't know, integrated and manifested in the first place. I mean, I know that there was a lot of science and technology that went into giving him a body in the first place, but is it possible that he can actually create a new physical being to go along with this new consciousness outside the hex? We'll see.
Yeah. And when Monica came to Wanda's house to confront her, Agatha stepped in and was like, we obviously, like we just saw from Agnes's little movie there, that like she's, like we've kind of known all along, she's been pulling the strings in the background, and she obviously just trapped Wanda in her basement using the children as bait, essentially. So is the question now, like, does Agatha actually have some level of control over Wanda, or is she needs all of these things to help her? Like, she needs the children as like a bargaining chip, because she's not more powerful than Wanda, but she has a one up on her.
Either using them as a bargaining chip or somehow harnessing their power.
Yeah.
To match Wanda's power.
So yeah, she can't, like, in a one-on-one, like, everyday battle, like her versus Wanda, no contest, but she has bargaining.
She has extremely powerful twins that have both a magical hold and a emotional hold.
She has that
Wanda.
over Wanda, but she also has the, like, Wanda just wanted a day off and she was there to, like, babysit the kids or whatever, and, you know, Monica was doing her best to, like, you know, speak clearly to Wanda, but then Agatha stepped in with, like, no, honey, I got you. Like, so it was kind of like, she's using everything in every tool to her advantage.
We had also a question that I have at this point.
Maintain control.
One of the first things we saw this episode was Wanda sort of losing control of her own illusion.
Yeah.
So glitches were happening around her. The furniture was rearranging itself, and she kept saying, I didn't do that, or it wasn't me.
Yeah.
So one of the possibilities we had discussed earlier was that there might be a villain, a big bad, playing a long game and having orchestrated this entire thing. Even if Wanda's the one technically maintaining the hex, is there somebody who's put her in a position to do that or set things up so that Wanda would create this illusion? Is there somebody? Is it Agatha or is it somebody else with whom Agatha is in league?
We did see Dottie again for the first
So
time.
I
in
noticed
like
that
4 or more episodes.
Yep.
She didn't look like she was that important, but they did imply in the beginning of the show that she was extremely important. She was like, if you want, like,
and we
she's
just
the
got that one little
head
shot
witch,
of her
basically.
like tending her roses. The queen bee, the evil queen, right?
Yeah. So there's still the jury's still out on her, because it's kind of like, is she important or is she not? We got 2 more episodes of this show, so you can't imagine they're going to be doing any more exposition.
We know that she is a real
point.
person. Yeah. She did have an ID. The only person who didn't.
No.
Agnes.
She wasn't on the wall at all.
I'm pretty sure she was,
No,
but I could be wrong about that. But we know Agatha didn't. But yeah, no, that's my big question now. Is really like, did Agatha or somebody that Agatha's working with sort of set this all up, or somehow arrange for Wanda to be in this situation, or is it really all Wanda? You know, we had Monica say it's all Wanda, and then we got the counter to that this week, which
even
was,
the intro to the episode said created by
Wanda Maximoff, and then we got it was Agatha all along. It's not all Wanda.
Yeah.
So how much of this, the big picture, is Wanda, and how much of it is like she's been set up? Has Wanda maybe been like set up to create this whole illusion, and is it, you know, the long game so that they could put her in this position where she would have kids and then they could get the kids and who knows? I mean, this is a lot of speculation, but I think that there's possibly still a bigger picture here that we don't know about.
And then, like, every other week, we got another commercial this week, too. This was for Nexus. It was like a depression medicine.
That purple bubble, which
and then they listed, like, all of the, like, possible side effects behind it. It was, like, more
depression.
Just like every, you know, pharmaceutical ad out there.
That was brilliant.
Yeah.
And again, like, very time period appropriate. We see those ads all the time.
Yeah, somebody in the comments had theorized that all of the commercials represented all of the Infinity Stones somehow. Oh. Like the Hydra was like a cube, like the soap was like a blue cube, kind of like the Tesseract,
and
the like.
Interesting.
There's you could.
I would have to go back and
conduct
a study. I mean, very possibly. I don't know. I haven't caught that. They definitely have all sort of little storylines or little things that you can relate back to the individual episodes and also to the MCU. We got Hydra, we got you know Stark Industries, we got Strucker watches, whatever.
This was obviously like very revealing, obviously for the Agatha Harkness character, because not only is she, obviously we know she's a witch, but she's in the witch costume on Halloween. She's more like the typical everyday dark magic witch. Yeah. Like her basement clearly
she
had
is a wicked witch. She is like straight up classic wicked witch.
Yeah. She even had the like typical like scary book in the corner.
The creepy grimoire like, don't read from on that a stand in her basement. Right. It's gonna bite you if you open it.
So yeah, obviously, I think she led Wanda in her basement. Wanda's trapped now, and she's got power over Wanda now to be like, if you don't help me do this, I'll your children are in danger, kind of thing. So
and keep in mind though, we still have. She obviously was keeping them away as long as possible with the construction crew and then the parade of children and whatever else.
Yeah.
But ultimately, Vision flew out of the truck, and so he's coming, and then Darcy's on her way.
Yeah.
And she's woken up. She's awake. She knows what's up.
The like special vehicle that they made her didn't work, so Monica had to go in just just herself. So I was actually under the impression that she had already. Darcy was like, your molecules are changing or whatever. I was under the impression that she had like already inherited her powers, but no. Now it's clear she went through a third time, and her eyes changed.
Yep.
She got some.
I think she was maybe only able to make it through when a huge armored car couldn't, because her molecules had already started to change.
Yeah.
Because she'd gone through twice, she had some sort of immunity or resistance to whatever the power of that red firewall barrier is.
We got to sort of like discuss, maybe Pietro is like real, but he's just being controlled by Agnes. It showed Agnes controlling him, but we didn't see him at all in this episode. Where was he? The boys mentioned him. They said Uncle Pete or whatever, but he didn't show up. So maybe Agnes has him contained,
squirreled away somewhere. Yeah.
Who knows?
So we really don't know. We know it has something to do with the children, but we don't know fully what her endgame is, or if she's working with anybody else, or sort of how this all started, how this entire hex illusion began, and why she's part of it in the first place. There's still a lot of questions about her larger role.
We saw the rabbit again a couple times, the one that she had introduced, and you in the like first or second episode, like immediately you were like, oh, like Alice in Wonderland, the white rabbit, like
the
going down the rabbit hole, and then
but
also like we were like, oh, Mephisto was supposed to be a shapeshifter that changes into animals, and Agnes has mentioned her husband Ralph like 10 times, and we've never met him. We didn't see him in his own house, presumably.
Right.
So is the rabbit Ralph? Are we still yet to meet Ralph?
Is Ralph Mephisto?
As usual, there are still more questions. We still have things that we need to answer, and we answer some questions, but then we get some more. So not much more to say. I mean, we're gonna have 2 more episodes now, right?
Yeah.
That was episode 7 of 9, and I think the last 2 weeks I had heard through the grapevine a little bit that they might actually be longer episodes. I don't know if the last 2 are both gonna be longer, or if just the last one might be like an hour episode, but we essentially may even have the equivalent of like 3 episodes.
We could have like a feature length thing.
Still you could have like an hour and a half worth of WandaVision left still. So I mean, lots of possibilities, lots of unanswered questions, and we want to know what you guys think. So please let us know in the comments below what you thought of this episode. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys.